What's good, CG? I'm Parker Ferguson.
And I'm Lexi Caldwell.
And we have your announcements for Friday, February 12th, 2016.
This week we have a bunch of exciting features for you before we head into the weekend. First up today, Jamison Taylor and Mackenzie England bring you a feature on the dance team.
At Center Grove, dancing is more than a celebration. It is a competitive activity for some students. The dance team competes nearly every weekend at schools around the state and hopes to bring home another state title. Qualifications for regionals begin this weekend. Mackenzie explains the roles as a dance captain as well as how she prepares the girls for regionals and beyond.
My roles as a captain are making sure that everybody has what they need for competitions, giving a list to make sure that they know what they're bringing and what time they need to be there, and if they need anything extra or if they have a problem to come to me. Being captain doesn't affect my performance much, but you have other things to worry about and make sure that other dancers are good with what they're doing, so you have to make sure that everybody's good and ready for performance.
Sophia and Sydney tell us how their individual roles affects their performance later in the afternoon.
Kind of wear me out, but it looks cool from the visual effect and it's fun.
My flips make my energy go up, and I have to do it perfect for the rest of the team so that everything goes perfect.
Kayla informs us how a younger team prepares to compete against senior teams.
Well, last year our team was mainly made of seniors, and this year we have a lot of underclassmen, so it's helped us to put forth more effort to become as good as the teams that are full of seniors.
Lauren explains how competing in a solo early in the day as a soloist helps her get loose for group numbers.
I feel like whenever I do my solo, especially when it's early in the morning, I'm more stretched out and I'm already warmed up. So especially for jazz, if we have jazz later, I feel like my performance is somewhat better because I'm more flexible then instead of my muscles being cold and all that. So I feel like it betters the performances throughout the day.
Cassie tells us how she has matured as a dancer by beginning on the dance team as a first-year member.
All of the girls have a lot of positive energy that we use to support each other, and it's really helped motivate me to achieve my goals and improve on my technique.
Cami informs us how she uses her free time in class to manage her time after school and tells us what her favorite dance is.
I try to get as much done as I can at school and in study hall because the last thing I want to do when I go home after a tough practice late at night is homework. My favorite dance is probably our team jazz, not because I like the choreography or the song, but it really shows how we've grown as a team, and we were really bad at it at the beginning of the year, but it's really awesome to see how much we've improved.
Sam explains to us what being a dance captain means and how she prepares the girls for competing.
The rules of me being captain, I have to come into practice and warm the girls up before our coach comes, make sure we're stretched and reviewed the corrections that we made previously, and to get them to make sure they're all in a good mood and make sure everybody's happy, and if people have problems they can come to me. Preparing for regionals, I usually get the team pretty hyped up, put on some Beyonce and we just kind of trap out, and then usually we do a prayer circle before we go out and perform.
Emma, Jada, and Lizzie inform us how the energy from other dances carries to the hip-hop number at the end of the day.
Seeing the girls upbeat and stuff always helps me get upbeat, and then sometimes if they aren't doing well and our coach is yelling at them and stuff, then it also helps me get more motivated and want to do better.
Well, sometimes on Fridays it's more pump, and I have this expectation that the school is going to have more energy and stuff, so sometimes it's kind of quiet at school. I wish they would play some upbeat music to get us more in the mood.
If the previous dancers are upbeat, then we get super excited and we get pumped up.
Cheer on your CG dance team this weekend as they hope to bring home another Trojan title.
Thank you, ladies. And in general news, February 22nd through February 26th is National Engineers Week. To kick things off, Cedar Grove has 2 local engineers coming to talk about jobs in the engineering industry. Please join the Department of Engineering and Technology as we welcome Jason Thorne from MS Consultants Incorporated and Christy Gimble from the Indiana Department of Transportation on Monday, February 22nd in the auditorium during STAR. To join us, please request a pass to Ms. Ruggie with the description National Engineers Week presentation for Monday, February 22nd at 10:37. Hope to see you there.
The swim season is in full gear, and one of the most competitive swimmers is senior Alex Krasinski. Jamison Taylor brings you the story.
In the Krasutsky family, swimming is more than a hobby. They explain how swimming affects their family.
I want to say she motivates me pretty well, Sophia, and I also have a little brother. He's not in high school yet, Daniel. He also swims. He's getting ridiculously fast, and just being there, getting a little bit of support. Sometimes they cheer me on, tell me what I need to improve on. We got each other's backs, and waking up every day isn't easy, but when you have someone to do it with you at the same time, it makes it a lot easier and more fun, I guess.
The siblings explain their events and what they compete in.
A little bit of everything, mostly sprint events like 50, 100 freestyle, 200 IM, but probably my main event's 100 breaststroke.
Sophia explains her role model as Alec explains to us his.
I guess he's a role model for me because he does really well, so I want to do well also.
I'd say my biggest role model is probably my old Greenway coach, Chaz Grimm. He really got me into shape and really, that's where I first started enjoying swimming the most, because I used to be pretty fat, and I don't know what he did. He just made practice more fun, made me more interested in the program and everything, and got me into shape, and that's where I first got my fire for swimming.
With Alex being 2 years older than Sophia, there was a time when Alex competed at the high school level while Sophia supported him in the middle school. The siblings explain these years and their effects at this time.
It's going to be a little different because if I don't know what I'm doing, he's always there to help. So.
When she was in middle school and I was in high school, it kind of made me feel a little bit more elite and everything, because when I was in middle school, we went to middle school team tryouts, and it kind of seemed like a joke, like the program wasn't really well put together and everything. But as soon as I got into high school and she was still in middle school, she swam middle school, I think, and I just felt like faster.
In their family, swimming starts at a young age. The siblings say how long they have been competitively swimming.
I have been swimming for 7 years.
I've been swimming for about 8 to 10 years, something like that.
Similar to most sports, siblings have their favorite and least favorite things about being together. Sophia and Alex tell us their side.
The thing about competing with my sibling is I always have someone to talk to about my races when I'm done.
Overall, I definitely say it's more fun having her there than not having her there.
Although competing in a tough sport with your sibling by your side may not sound enjoyable, the Krasutsky siblings managed to make it work and enjoy the competition.
Good luck to Alex and all the boys swimmers next week at sectionals.
And in guidance news, Cinder Grove Scholarship Fund is in need of student volunteers to help with the CGSF Photothon. The dates are February 29th, March 1st, March 2nd, and March 3rd in the Cinder Grove Professional Resource Center, which is Old Maple Grove. This is a great opportunity to help because you get free dinner, a first place prize each night includes $100 in cash, and community service credit up to 3.5 hours each evening. This helps fund scholarships for CGHS students. Check your email for a link to sign up.
From swimming to dancing, students are involved in many teams within the school. Ryan Stimley and Keaton Clark bring you a video on the baseball team.
Our infield is going to be pretty strong this year. We have me at second probably, and Joey at short for the middle of the infield. We lost 2 seniors at first and third, so we're looking for people to fill those positions, and hopefully somebody steps up.
I'm hoping to get some varsity time at second base, but we have a lot of catchers, so I think I might be able to slide in there, but wherever coach needs me, I'm going to be there.
This year I'll be catching a lot of games. Last year I played third base and catcher. I mostly played third base during conference games, and I caught non-conference games. This year I'll be catching conference games and probably most of the non-conference games.
Well, we're definitely going to have one of the best pitching staffs in the state this year. We're going to be a little young in the field and hitting-wise, but I definitely think we can get the job done.
We have a lot more depth, I feel, this year than we did last year. We have a lot more depth in the staff. Sure.
This year we pretty much had me, Jake, and Joey, Drury, and Connor control, and we had a lot of success last year too. So we hopefully we'll keep that rolling this year as well.
Thank you guys. Have you ever wondered what it'd be like to be in Spanish 5 and many of the theater productions at school? Well, one student, Gabby Van Buskirk, can tell you all about it. Lauren Tecke brings you the story.
Senior Gabby Van Buskirk explains why she enjoys Spanish.
Spanish is a really beautiful language, and once you kind of master the accent, it flows from. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and with so many people using it in the United States, it's so useful, and it's really nice to be able to combine that and make a difference with such a beautiful language.
She describes how she uses Spanish in her day-to-day life.
All of the TV and movies that I watch are in Spanish, just so I can remember listening to it, but there's not really a lot of people who speak Spanish in Greenwood, Indiana, so speaking it does get a little hard. I have some friends here who speak it very well, who it's really nice to practice with them, but yeah, I watch and read a lot in Spanish.
Gabby explains how she will continue to use Spanish throughout her life.
I'm going on to become a physical therapist, so hopefully I can continue using Spanish to become a hospital translator. I feel like that'd be a good place to kind of help out, where people who can't understand what they're going into can kind of get a better feel for what they're about to do.
Gabby describes how she went to Spain over the summer in 2015.
I lived in León, Spain for 8 weeks this summer, and I lived with my beautiful mama and papa and my two sisters, Eva and Lorena. We went to school every weekday, and it's nothing outside of how you normally spend summer, except just not in the U.S., and you have to go to school during the weekdays too.
Gabby explains how going to Spain has helped her.
It's really helped me master a real accent for Spanish, because before you learn kind of textbook language, you kind of learn the black and white grammar, what you need to know, and being able to study without getting to use English really helped me to master the tone, master the language.
She tells how she would go to Spain again and where she would also like to visit.
I would go to Spain in a heartbeat again. It's so beautiful, but I would love to go and see other Spanish-speaking countries, go see Latin America, go see Central America. I'd go back to Spain in a heartbeat.
Thanks, Lauren. Now this Sunday will be February 14th, and for America, that means Valentine's Day. Maddie Weeks brings CG a lovely story on this year's Valentine's Day festivities.
It's an annual thing. We started last year. It's a project where we write nice messages on clothespins like "You're beautiful" or "You have a nice smile," and we encourage students to pass them around and clip them on each other's clothes so they get nice compliments. Maybe for some people that actually don't have a Valentine, it gives them a chance to feel good about themselves, and it spreads the love, kind of.
I got one clip to my backpack and it made me feel really good.
I think they're nice because you can be a secret admirer and they don't even know who it is.
Blind Date with a Book is a charity program that the Great Perhaps Seekers put together in order to raise awareness and monetary donations for adult and children's literacy. We wanted to give people an option to the traditional choice of sending people candy or flowers. We wanted to send them a book, or perhaps a door into another world.
I think it's a really cool idea because books are so important, and I love to read, and I think that a lot of kids don't appreciate books, but I think this is really cool. And also the organization that it's going to, Indy Reads, 1 out of every 4 adults in Indy don't know how to read, which is crazy, and so I think it's a good opportunity to raise awareness for that and to get kids more involved in reading and the beauty of it and how much we can learn from literature.
This week I'm actually working all of my lunches, so except Friday, which is when we pass out the carnations.
Absolutely, for my special someone.
Yeah, my school mom, Miss Lemons.
Of course.
Yes, I'm going to be purchasing carnations for Valentine's Day. I thought it'd be sweet to get my girl a few carnations.
I plan on giving out a flower to someone very special in Center Grove.
We sent out a survey to all of the STAR classes, and then about 600 people took the survey. And we sent that to a matching service online, and they gave us these reports about like what percent compatibility you have like with crushes and like friends and stuff like that. These are some of the top matches in the school.
Oh, that was cute. Thanks, Maddie.
And that's all we have for you this week, CG.
Enjoy the Valentine's Day weekend. Bye.